Hi, everybody. It's Courage Tuesday. I'm Justine Frolker, and I help people and leaders who are going through times of change or transformation or hardship not get so lost and burnt out in it and come back to themselves and find their way home. And it's through the courage skills. And Courage Tuesday is where I share with you how the courage work shows up in my real everyday life. And so I had a full training a couple weeks ago. And one of the things that came up is how often or how much we hold on to old narratives that really are not true. So, whether or not it is a story that was spoken over you from your family of origin, or maybe even a diagnosis, or a mistake that you feel like, or a failure that you feel like has defined you for far too long, or who the world tells you you should be, or who you think you're supposed to be, or whatever it might be. These old narratives, like these labels that I'm sure at one time served us well. We are creatures of least resistance. We don't do things that don't work well, even if they're to the destruction of ourselves, unfortunately. And so I wonder, is there a label or a story, something, a narrative that you have held on to for far too long? Like it may have served you and it is not serving you anymore. And in fact, like no one actually sees it or feels it from you. It's just you. And it prevents you from receiving love and connection and what is true about you in some ways. We had a profound example of this in my training. It was just, we had someone who was really just like, well, I don't do that because of this. And I was like, I, I, I can imagine you feel that. And like, for me, my interactions with you, I have not felt that at all. I hope that you haven't felt that I haven't felt that with you. Like the group just reflected it back to them. It was just, how often do we allow old burdens, failures, mistakes, stories, identities that maybe were never true and maybe absolutely were true and served us well, continue to define who we are to the detriment of who we are, to the detriment of our courage and our connection. And so I wonder today, uh, what's one of those things for you? For me lately, it has been that I think that a lot of people identify with this, that too much and never enough piece, except uh, God has redeemed that. And Jesus is like, I did make you too much. Daughter, you are so much. Now go and use it for my kingdom, my glory, your good, and to help heal others. And so that's what I'll keep trying to do. Thanks for being here. If you have a team or a culture who is ready to uh, live with more bandwidth and not so tired and misaligned and come back to themselves and to each other, I would love to work with you with my curriculum, Courage is Built Here. If you would like to check out Monarch Meadows Retreat, our upcoming corporate retreat space here in St. Louis, there's lots of ways to check that out and also to serve and give, because we need help to get to the finish line. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.